today's video, I'll be covering a brief overview of AAVE platform and how has been my experience on this platform over the last couple of days. As you would have noticed in my last couple of videos that I talked about the popular CeFi platforms like Crypto.com, Celsius, and Nexo, and now I'll be starting to cover the popular DeFi platforms like Aave, Compound, and DYDX. The main difference, as you might be aware, between CeFi platforms and DeFi platforms is that centralized options like Nexo and Celsius, they have a fixed rate of interest when you lend crypto on them. It can be between 8 to 10% depending on how many native tokens you're staking on the site. And there are some advantages and disadvantages if we compare to them. On an average, there is a security that you get a fixed rate of interest on the CeFi platforms, but especially if you're planning to invest larger amounts, then you have to keep in mind the higher risk because despite the security protocols that the CeFi platforms might use, as you are handing over control of your crypto to them, there will always be some risk involved that, there might be some hacking or due to some fraudulent attack, your tokens might be lost. But in DeFi platforms, the biggest advantage is that they are non-custodial, which means the tokens will always remain in your personal wallets and you will not be handing them over to any other third-party wallets or exchanges or any other companies. So they are always secure in your own wallets. And if you go to the site defirate.com, you would see what are the rates being offered by the different DeFi platforms like Compound, Aave, and DYDX. And here it'll give you a view about what's the current rate available in the market. And another view is the 30-day average, because as the interest rate keeps fluctuating every moment on the DeFi platforms, as it's completely linked to the actual market demand, 30-day average is a better indicator because it shows that, over the last couple of weeks, what has been the demand and what kind of rate you can expect going forward, assuming it follows a similar trend. So as you can see, uh, the most popular token in DeFi platform is DAI, and it offers a much higher rate compared to the other tokens. And Aave currently gives a much better rate compared to the other DeFi platforms. So that's why I decided to start with Aave. And once you select the Aave money market, there'll be different options to connect it to your wallet. The default one would be MetaMask. And here, what I would advise it, if you're going to try it out or use a smaller amount, MetaMask is okay. But if you plan to invest a larger amount, then you should use Ledger. Because once you open MetaMask and connect your Ledger device to it, it will show your Ledger connected to it and the ETH wallet of your Ledger uh, showing here. So you'll have the option whether you want to select MetaMask, which will be the default account, or Ledger if you want to switch, and it will show as the hardware wallet here. And once you come to Aave, you'll see a list of different tokens which are available for lending here and what are the different rates available. And as we saw in the uh, DeFi rate site, that DAI is the most popular one right now with the highest demand from users, and that's why the rate which you can expect is also significantly higher than other coins. And if I look at other coins, the rate is much lower, 2 to 3%. It might seem very low, but it's definitely better than keeping it idle in your hardware wallet. For example, if you hold a lot of SNX and currently you're not minting it, then it's better to put it on Aave because at least you'll be earning about 3 to 4% of interest on it. So for this testing, what I did was couple of days back, I deposited close to 50 DAI here. So as you can see, the amount which I deposited was 49.847. And if you click on any of the transaction, you'll be able to see the details about this. And as you can see here, it cost me about more than $5 for depositing $50 worth of DAI. So this is due to the current high ETH processing fee, and this is a big problem for the DeFi platforms because this basically means that if you're investing big amounts, then it's not an issue for you, but for smaller investors who are dealing with say 100 to 200 dollars worth of tokens, then DeFi platforms will not be of much use because whatever interest you earn in a year or so will be lost in transaction fees because you will have to do a transaction when you deposit the tokens and you'll have to do another transaction when you withdraw the tokens. Another thing to keep in mind here is that once you deposit a token into Aave, it converts it into the Aave token of that particular coin. For example, when I deposit DAI, it will be stored as ADAI. So it will basically convert it to ADAI, give it back to your MetaMask, and the DAI you have deposited will be available in the money market. So to see it, if I go to MetaMask and look at the different tokens which are available there. Here I would see that it's 0 DAI because my 50 DAI have been locked into Aave, and in return I have received a DAI of the equal amount which I had staked. And when I withdraw these tokens, these a DAI will be converted back into DAI, including the interest which I have earned during the period which I have lent the tokens here on Aave. And as you can see here, this was 49.847. And if I go to the option of dashboard, it will show me what's the current value. So from 0.847, it's already gone to 49.950. So which is more than 10 cents I've already earned as interest on my deposit of 50 DAI, and which is a decent rate because right now you can see it's about 4.3%, but during the last couple of weeks it has been more than 16%, and I remember for a couple of days it was even close to 20%. So I think if I compare it to the same period for the centralized finance platforms like Nexo and Celsius, this has given me a better return because this 10% gain for a 50 DAI deposit over the last couple of days has been much higher than what I've received in Nexo. I hope this gives you a basic idea about how Aave operates. And if you want to know any other topic or know anything in more details, do let me know in the comments. Thank you.